na yun nasuyod. If you will note Rule 113 Section 2, balik na naman tayo. How do you define an arrest? An arrest is made when a person making the arrest has actual restraint on a person to be arrested, or the person to be arrested has voluntarily submitted himself to the custody of the person making the arrest. Was there an actual restraint? No. There was only custody when he voluntarily allowed himself to be under the custody of the police. So there was no arrest po. Surrender po yun ang nangyari talaga.
And why did he choose to surrender?
Well, yes, he chose to surrender to the AFP, and then of course, since the AFP cannot technically legally make a return, no, sa PNP kasi this is a police matter, the AFP has to coordinate with the police and intelligence service yung na contact po si General Macapas. But I have to mention that we had been in contact with Major General Benjamin Silo, who really helped us also in the process of effecting the surrender of Pastor Apollo Quiboloy. He did not want anymore his flock to further suffer. You know, one already died, 59 had already been hospitalized, 4 of which suffered heart attack, 4 children suffered severe anxieties, motor vehicles were summarily confiscated, the TOJC Cathedral has been desecrated, the JMC school itself has, there is already a tunnel underneath. So, nung may high official na nag-text sa akin na after the Senate hearing na gloves off na at pati daw si Senator Bato nagsabi na kung mag-search may armado na at wala na daw silang pipiliin kung may harang dadakpin na daw, at may intelligence report na may pulis pa naka-apelyido ko na admittedly relative ko ang naka-assign, arestuhin ako, sila Ma'am Lorraine. He sensed that parang determinado ata yung general na naka-assign to really make the lives of his members miserable. So he decided to make the ultimate sacrifice of surrendering para matapos na po yung sufferings ng kanyang mga miyembro.
So there was really an ultimatum?
No, it was not an ultimatum. It was just a text to me, and there was no formal declaration as to what it is. It was I who only read it, no? And I, of course, referred that to the members of the BOA. So, I don't know if you call that an ultimatum. Kasi ang ultimatum, may formal declaration na, we are giving you 24 hours. Wala naman kaming nakita doon. Tsaka wala ding, yung text po, wala ring number of hours. I thought it was just an ordinary text by that officer, no? We had to maintain communication lines kay para sana may peaceful resolution po.
So what's next for Pastor Nel?
Well, we will face the cases against him, and we will right now we filed a motion for the transfer of his custody to the AFP, citing among other grounds security reasons. And we are hoping that the court would grant the same, no, or at the very least a house arrest, knowing that he is already 74 years old. He has a health condition, and we are hoping and praying that any of those would be granted.
Saan nagagaling yung security risk?
Saan ang gagaling ang mga security risk? Well, if you have studied his life, he was very active in his advocacy against the NPAs, and he was actively supporting the NTF LCAC, no, and he feels that the same should be considered, or we are praying that the same would be considered by the court in granting his motion.
Sabi po ba kung saan siya ulit represent, PC or passive?
Hindi pa nasabi kung ano. I do not even know yet. I have yet to call the CIDG assigned to it as to whether or not the return has already been made.
Pero kailangan ba physically nandun si Pastor?
It depends on the return officer. Ang kailangan lang naman na yung physical paper ma-return na para alam na ng court na within the custody of the law na si Pastor.
So pwede rin hindi ilabas.
Pwede rin hindi ilabas si Pastor. But of course, that is subject to the PNP and the person making the return.
Kanina binabanggit ni Secretary Abalos na possible daw ito pa investigahan dahil mayroon kayong nalalaman dati pa kung saan talaga nagtatago itong si Pastor Quiboloy.
That is his option. No, we do not stop him because I am not afraid of it. He can do that because he is now in power, and that is within his prerogative. And I know that I would be absolved, and my lawyers would likewise be absolved.
Attorney, for the record lang, si Pastor sabi niya, di ba, he surrendered to the AFP, pero saan siya nanggaling? From within the
Actually, after September 7 when I received that text, no, ang information na nasabi sa akin at na-relay sa akin, especially ngayon, na-confirm namin na what you call this, he had to meet his leaders again, and he accordingly sneaked into the compound late in September, and he met his leaders, and that is why on September 8 there was already a decision that he will surrender, and on September 8 in the morning I was informed about it, and in front of the ISAFP officers and the PNP, the decision was made. And as a matter of fact, nung pumasok nga yung si General Macapas, hindi pa nga, at saka ako rin, hindi ko rin matumbok kung saan talaga yung location si Pastor. It was only later na we were led as to his exact location inside the compound.
So, prior to September 8, wala po siya doon sa compound?
Prior to September 7, wala siya sa compound. Yes.
Isa na lang, attorney, yung
Yes, sir.
kanina mong pag-present kay Pastor and for others dun sa press con, nagkaroon ba kayo ng consensus with the PNP and the ALG na i-PNP po ninyo doon?
Kanina hindi kasi kami pinapasok sa press briefing. That's why I had to text a general that told him, we reminded them that under Republic Act 7438, Section 2A, that the accused shall be assisted at all times. And it was our humble opinion that a press briefing includes the situation where the accused has to be represented. So, yun ang aming sinabi. Pero hindi man kami pinapasok, hindi na lang din kami nag-insist. And in fairness naman kay Secretary Abalos, hindi naman ata matagal yung press briefing. Parang, photo ops lang ata, pinakita na nandun talaga. Tsaka siguro kailangan talaga yun niya.
And last na, attorney, sabi, ang isa sa mga words niya, di ba, na i-extradite si Quiboloy.
Hindi extradite, extraordinary rendition. If you read the extradition law, if you read Section 11, there is Section 1 and Section 2. In Section 2, the requested state may postpone the extradition process while the accused is facing a case in court or undergoing trial in court. And that is the option of the requested state. But if you read
Nasa boy